there's dirt on my hands.
Hello YouTube, Boss Rino. Welcome to my kingdom. Tama. Welcome to my channel. So ito ito ay BIZAREBUB. Pag BIZAREBUB, siguraduhin ko sa inyo nakakatakot to. O kasi takot ako pag napapanood ko to eh. So wag natin patagalin. Ito ay malupit, At tirahin natin to bago pa tirahin ng iba.
On April 16 of
Shoutout kay Ralph Matias.
2023 at around 12 a.m., a man named Jacob wakes up to a strange noise outside his room. Trembling with fear, he gets out of bed and encounters something that leaves him extremely unnerved.
Ayoko na maganto yung
Now,
mga
not too long
bahay-bahay.
ago, I featured a video from Jacob, who you may remember as the man who inherited an old house and a creepy clown doll that both belonged to his grandmother. The clown doll, known as Jeffrey,
Uy, tatandaan ko to. Ito yung lumilingon na...
scares
Naku, what the fuck to?
him. Because of this, he keeps Jeffrey locked up in a separate room away from him.
Naku po.
But then one night, something happens that spooks Jacob out of his mind. It's close to midnight when a loud bang wakes him up. He hears a couple more noises before suddenly realizing that the sounds are coming from the room next to his where the clown doll was put. What happens next scares the living daylights out of him. Take a look.
Nako, ito na. Nakaw. Puta. Nakakaba naman to. Buksan nyo kasi yung ilaw. Inang langaw talaga to. Huli ka! Kanina pa yung langaw na to. Inaasar na ako Puta, nakakatakot na may tunog ng pinto. Ay, naku po. Ang creepy talaga ng dal na to. Shit. Ay. Gagalaw yun. Gago. Una ko po. Mawawala. Ay, gago ka talagang manika ka.
As Jacob
Kang ina, kinilig yung tumbong ko.
checks the room where the sounds were coming from, a loud noise is heard from downstairs. He looks nervously down the staircase when suddenly the sound of footsteps going up the stairs is heard. Yet, as he looks closely, no one appears to be there. He then quickly turns around to see the door opening slowly, showing Jeffrey, whose head is now in a different position.
Gago.
Initially seen facing the wall, the clown is now staring at the door. Jacob quickly ends the video here and locks himself in his room until the following morning. After this night, he was absolutely certain that Jeffrey was haunted. Afraid it might happen again or something worse may occur, he decides to move Jeffrey into the basement.
Another update.
Parang horror movie to. Nakakatakot si Jeffrey ba pangalan ng dal?
You know, I think I'm definitely gonna be moving Jeffrey. Like, with whatever happened last night, I don't want him near me. I'm gonna be putting him in the basement. So, I'm gonna follow up. This is the results so far. I'm gonna leave him here.
Naku po, ano ba to? Nakaupo.
But I think I'm gonna put a camera here. Jeffrey's still here. So
Bakit ba nakaupo yan?
we're gonna see if there's anything I miss.
Tangina, mas nakakatakot pag nakatayo yan.
Now, unlike before, Jacob will keep an eye on Jeffrey by placing a security camera in front of him. If anything happens, he'll be notified immediately via a notification sent by the camera. Fast forward to a few nights later, and he's notified of movement inside the basement.
Patay.
He checks the camera's live feed and sees that the camera is moving side to side. Now, this didn't alarm him, as he forgot that the heater on which the camera was placed on top has a timer that turns it on and makes it oscillate. The heater had simply turned on during this time. But as he continues to watch, something happens that terrifies him to his core. Watch.
Gago, ayoko ng gantong camera. Puta, lilingon na naman yung si Jeffrey. Putang in. What the pot? Oh my God!
As the camera oscillates from side to side, the clown's arm eerily moves on its own. Seconds later, the light bulb blows out in a loud explosion, making the basement completely dark. Following that, a strange voice is heard whispering something that's hard to make out. Not much else happens after this, but everything that happened before was enough for Jacob to decide that Jeffrey should remain locked up in the basement. Jeffrey continues to be recorded in case he moves again. For now, no further updates have been posted by Jacob, but until then, this video remains a mystery.
Ang creepy nito. Yung kanya CCTV, walang night mode. Kung may night mode yun, mas nakakatakot yun. Ang creepy ni Jeffrey, hype. Tatali ko pa yan eh.
In early January of 2023, a woman named Nancy Malkin had a very strange encounter with something in her child's bedroom. Nancy says that the reason she had went up to her son's bedroom in the first place was because she saw something quite unusual on the security camera that's placed in his room. She had woken up from a nap before looking over at the camera's live feed and seeing a strange orb flying around her son's toys.
Ngayon ko naintindihan, dati tinatanong ko bakit merong CCTV sa camera, sa loob ng kwarto. Naintindihan ko for safety. Kasi naranasan ko bumili na rin ako ng CCTV.
It would seem to zip around in a strange way and react to objects it touched as though it had a mind of its own. Now, Nancy had been looking at this orb for quite some time. More than 5 minutes have passed since initially spotting the mysterious orb, and still, it continued to float around in the same spot. Now, curious as to what exactly was being caught on camera, she walks over to her son's room, but strangely finds nothing there. Nothing visible could be seen with her naked eye. But on camera, she could still see the ball of light floating around the same spot. In this short clip, Nancy's observing the orb via the security camera's live feed on her phone. Mind you, that without the phone, she can't see anything in person. While looking at the live feed, she sees the ball of light moving frenetically. Watch.
Ayun merong orb ang weird, gagi, baka ano yan, Tinkerbell. Oh? Ay, ang weird nito.
Now at one point, Nancy starts to communicate with the orb. She tells it to touch her hand when something pretty interesting happens. The orb quickly moves away from her hand as though she had scared it. Nancy decides to leave this mysterious orb alone and call it a day. The orb continues to fly around the same spot even after she goes. But only minutes later, after rechecking the camera, the orb is no longer there. It had simply vanished. Ever since recording this, the orb hasn't shown itself again. Nancy believes that this mysterious orb might have been the spirit of a child as it kept floating around her son's toys. Perhaps it just wanted to play with them, as Nancy states. But whatever it might have been, she claims that this mysterious orb was intelligent as it responded to everything she did. To this day, she still questions what this ball of light was doing inside her son's bedroom.
Grabe.
If you caught something creepy on camera, let's get back to the apartment in Poland. There's an apartment in Poland where something very strange has been going on. The man who lives there claims that whenever he's by himself, he can't help but feel as though someone else is inside. When his roommates are gone and he has the place to himself, weird noises happen out of nowhere. Now what makes these occurrences extra strange is that they always seem to happen during the nighttime. Knowing when they usually occur, the man has his phone ready in hand and proceeds to record the following video. No one else is home when this is captured.
Hey, ogólnie to od jakiegoś czasu cały czas
Ay, gago, nagdadabog na naman.
coś właśnie takie dziwne hałasy.
Nakaw po. Ay, gago. What the fuck daw? Gago, bukas yung tubig, oh. Nagsasayaw ng tubig tong hayop na ito. Huwag ka sa salamin, umalis ka dyan. Umalis ka sa salamin. Naku, ayoko sa salamin. Puta, huwag ka papakita, huwag ka papakita, huwag ka papakita.
Mysteriously, the bathroom faucet is left running as though someone or something had turned it on. The man shuts it off while seeming confused as to how it turned on by itself. He heads back to his room when eerily the light switch, which he just turned on, is immediately turned off. It seems that whoever or whatever was on the other end of the hall had switched off the light. Now this wouldn't be the end of it, as only a few nights later, something just as creepy happens.
Meron na naman.
It's nighttime when the man recording hears banging noises outside his door. With his heart pounding in his ears, he records this.
Nie, ja pierdolę.
Gago. Ang hirap kasi ng bahay nila eh. Daming daming kantuhan. Huwag sa salamin, huwag sa salamin.
Co jest, kurwa?
Ay, naku, dahan-dahan ang paling. Ay, gago, ano yun?
Like something straight out of a horror movie, the man peeks out from his bedroom, peering into the darkness of the hallway to see if anyone's there. Finding nobody inside the bathroom, the man quickly walks back to his room but stops in his tracks upon noticing the suddenness in the kitchen. Appearing as though a massive earthquake had struck the place, the man runs back into his room in full terror before ending the video. What happened that night has left him shaken up. It's unknown if the man continues to live inside the apartment, as no updates or new videos have been posted. But as with most videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Is something living inside this man's apartment? Or might there be an explanation for all that's happened?
Ang hirap ng bahay niya, isang haba, tapos may pinto, may kusina, may banyo, may kwarto. Kaya nakakatakot eh, no? Nakakatakot eh. Hindi ka tulad din sa atin, parang isang ganoon, kita mo yung kusina, kita mo yung kwarto, kita mo yung banyo. Sa kanya, ang hirap.
In this next video, two friends are hosting a live stream when something pretty spooky is captured live. Now, the two boys in this video often do live streams while playing video games late at night. It just so happens that this particular incident took place during an all-nighter, where around 5 in the morning, a strange noise is heard in the kitchen. The two usually play in the living room, so the noise was close by when it happened. The boys thought it was a family member who was grabbing a morning snack, so they shrugged it off and didn't think much of it. But later on, something happens that grabs their full attention and prompts them to end the live stream immediately. While playing in the dark, this happens.
Wow!
Oh, hijo, dale. Cierra la bola, no la bola. Dale.
Bumukas yung pinto ng rep. Huli ka.
Ya, exacto, era. Iba a cerrar, imbécil. Las 5 ya. Las 5 ya.
Oh! Pucheta ka. Kulat ko.
At first, the fridge door seemingly opens on its own, as though someone had gone over to grab a snack. At least that's what the two boys thought, considering that one of them has a brother who wakes up around this time to cook something up. Thinking that he left the fridge door open by accident, one of them gets up to close it. But as they walk back, this happens. A chair swiftly moves on its own by more than a few inches, causing both friends to freeze in their tracks. It was at this point that they both knew that something unexplainable had occurred. Something supernatural. Viewers believe so too. But, as always, I'll let you be the judge on that. Had something paranormal occurred? Or had something else happened here?
Ayoko na, nervous na ako. Pag BIZAREBUB talaga, sabi sa inyo, malupit to eh. Pag BIZAREBUB talaga, malupit.